Is Giancarlo Stanton the most valuable asset in the game, do you think?
Most realistic asset, yes. Now listen, Mike Trout, Clayton Kershaw, you're getting top players plus the security of those long-term deals already in place, just beginning. That's a game changer. Take them out. They're not getting moved anyway.
Right.
The possibility that Giancarlo Stanton is out there, I think he's the most valuable asset in baseball. In terms of what you can get back, put him on the market. Can you imagine this winter, the Marlins say, listen, we're 2 years away from losing this guy. Let's see what we can get for him right now. What a package you're talking about. Put that up for auction.
The only guy that I would throw up there is because he plays shortstop. He's a power hitter. I know he's hurt and he gets hurt all the time. But if Troy Tulowitzki was playing right now and doing what he was doing, which he'd be.
If he was healthy.
If he was, which he's not. But could it be Troy Tulowitzki?
It could be him. It could be Cargo. It could be those two, a combination. But I'm looking at a game changer in Giancarlo Stanton. That's who I'm looking at with him. And, when you talk about getting him in a trade, you're talking about backing up the minor league system, whatever organization comes with it the most. And that's what you're getting. And you get Major League ready ball players. On top of that, you're probably getting Major League ball players. That's what you have to get in return. You cannot give him up for cheap. I think we all, that's the obvious. But he's so good. And when he's on the field, he just demands that much more.
He's a monster. He's 24 years old. Let's bring in our good friend Rob Nyer of FoxSports.com, also writes on the blog just a bit outside within Fox Sports. Rob, is Giancarlo Stanton the most valuable asset in baseball, realistically, that could be out there on the market?
Oh, sure, I think so. I don't think anybody's really close. The combination of performance and age, I think he's by far the number one guy.
Stanton, we were just talking about it. What is the best course of action? Because you could get real assets back, no question. Or is it worth signing a guy? We had this discussion yesterday. This would not be one of those $200-and-something million contracts for a guy in his 30s. This would be for a guy in his 20s. Will you back up the truck for Stanton?
If I have the money and I can lock him up through his early 30s, I would absolutely do that, because you need superstars to win. And you're going to have to pay the market value at some point if you're going to have those guys, unless you get really lucky or you're incredibly productive with your farm system like the Rays have been, like the A's have been. But sure, if the money's there, I'd love to lock him up. I just don't know if he's interested, but if he is, why not?
Yeah, I'm with you, Rob, and I think that should be the first course of action for the Marlins. Try to lock him up. Listen, they'd have to bend on this policy of not giving away complete no-trade clause to their players. He's earned it based on where he is in the market. I wouldn't trade him yet. I'd make a run at him this winter. I'd make a run at him in spring training. I'd make another run halfway through next season, and then maybe I'd think about moving him.
Can I add my little tidbit, my little 2 cents?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, the thing I would ask you, Tom, is when you look at giving him, and even Rob, when you look at giving him that much money, $200 million, whatever it takes, right? Do you worry about the injury history that he's had? And as good as he's been, as good as you think he's going to be, does that creep into your mind when you start to talk about numbers and you're going, hey, wait a minute. This is the first year in a while you've been consistently on the field and doing these things.
I would say that wouldn't stop me. I don't see this guy as a repeat guy you have to worry about year after year with injuries. He's been bumped up a little bit, but given the age, that's the biggest thing for me. 24 years old right now. Let me buy up 24 to 32. That's where baseball is going. And especially in that marketplace, they need to show some stability there. Right. They finally have a franchise guy you can let your fans know he's going to grow up here and stay here.